Our exploration then took us down into the crypt of the cathedral. This is now known as the Chapel of St. Lucie, one of the last victims of Christian persecutions under Diocletian's reign around 304 AD. She was a young Christian girl of a noble and very rich family of Syracuse, who dedicated her life to God, which because of the persecution at that time was very dangerous. The legend states that a young man fell in love with her, but she refused his marriage proposal. He was angry because of it, as he would not be able to receive her dowry. So he chose to report her to the Roman authorities. She was arrested and killed the same day. The legend says she gouged out her eyes in despair and sent them to her rejected fiancé on a plate. They put her at a stake to be burned, but it's said that the fire did not touch her at all. One of the Roman soldiers finally cut off her head with a sword. The Pope later proclaimed her as a saint. This centuries-old chapel, a memorial to her, it was a fascinating place that was an intriguing experience. Then back into the peristyle. Ironic is the fact that the mausoleum that was built for Diocletian is now a Christian church. The adherents of the faith he persecuted now worship God in the place built to remember him. The place where he worshipped Jupiter, now a Christian baptistry. His persecution of 303 to 312 was the empire's last, largest, and bloodiest official persecution of Christianity that not only failed to eliminate Christianity in the empire, but actually strengthened it, and by 324, a mere 12 years later, Christianity became the religion of the Roman Empire under Constantine. It is said his life ended in insanity, with him refusing to eat and sleep as he wandered the halls of his palace and finally committing suicide. We then enjoyed another extraordinary experience, the underground market. Split is not known as a shopping destination, but if you have a hankering to go shopping, then head underground to the Podrum, a labyrinth of vaulted underground chambers right under what was Diocletian's palace, previously used as a storehouse and a prison. Today, the main passageway is lined with stalls selling souvenirs and artwork, while ancient history reigns above. Then back to the river, the Harbourfront Promenade, a fun place to sit, soak, relax, and enjoy the harbour scenery and the shops and cafes. Then back into the city, wishing to explore a little more before we leave. We both enjoyed a stroll through history. Even the local spa store was soaking in history. Like many places in the Med, Split is one of those places where just to walk around is a great experience. The narrow alleyways punctuated by small squares and open-air cafes, and always surrounded by ancient buildings. We loved every minute. I was surprised by the fact that many of the buildings were 5 stories high. Furthermore, I found myself continually looking up. There was so much happening literally all around. Here is actually the original gate into the palace. I love the clock. We then went out of the northern entrance into the park, right outside the northern walls, from where we get a good view of the walls that originally were part of the palace. It's a nice contrast here to the center of town. There's a statue of Gregory of Nin, the bishop who opposed the Pope and replaced Latin services in the church with the Croatian language. The entrance here is known as the Golden Gate. Roman soldiers still guard it. Walking through the streets and alleys is an intriguing experience. Some extraordinary sights. One of the joys of coming here for me was to share the experience with Nate. There's another pair of eyes looking, another mind evaluating the sights. Getting away from it all, sharing new things. Strangely, when Nate and I plan a holiday, the main criterion being it has to be somewhere we haven't already visited.